Good morning, ladies. I want to read something to you that's kind of a continuation of what we were talking about last week. So the title of this little devotion is called Swinging Free. It says Ephesians 6:10, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might." One day in 1932, 200 sailors were holding onto ropes attached to the dirigible, the USS Akron, as they attempted to moor the giant airship to a steel mast in San Diego. And in case you're like me and we weren't sure what a dirigible is, it's a blimp. Suddenly, however, the dirigible shot straight up into the air. Some of the men hung onto the lines and were swept up with the ship, soon falling to the ground. Several were killed. After all the rest had fallen, one man kept hanging on. He could be seen as the dirigible soared high in the sky. People were screaming and fainting. They knew this sailor couldn't hold on much longer, and any minute he might fall back to the earth and to a certain death. But after an hour and 45 minutes, when they were able to pull the dirigible back to its mooring, the sailor was still dangling from the airship. An ambulance was waiting to take him to the hospital, but he said he was just fine. People asked him how he had held on for so long. He told them he had found he had about 4 feet of rope. So, while holding on with one hand, he tied the rope around his waist with the other, and the rope held him. He had just been swinging free the whole time. So it says here, many Christians are also trying to hold on and hold out, but instead they give out. Some even fall. But all we really need to do is to wrap ourselves in the promises of God and swing free like this sailor, enjoying the scenery. So the confession, what we should be saying based on what God's word says there about in Ephesians 6:10, it talks about the armor of God. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might, not in the power of our might. So how was that man able to hold on? Something else was holding him, right? And so that's how it should be with us. So we should realize that we can't do all these things in our own strength, but in God's strength we can. So we got to come to the end of ourselves and wrap ourselves up, like it says, in his promises, in his word, in what he says, and his strength will carry us through. So our confession should be that I am strong in the Lord and in the power of his might, that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, that God's told me what to do with all these cares that I have, that I can't just say, Lord, take all these cares away, take these things away, take these burdens. I've got to do something with my faith. I've got to take action, and I've got to say, Lord, I'm casting these things on you. I can't take care of them. I can't figure them all out. I can't do all these things in my own strength, but Lord, I can hold on to you, and then I can experience the freedom. I can experience the rest in you, because I'm not putting my faith and my strength in myself, but I'm going to put it in where? In him. I can do all things through him, because where is your place? You got to realize your place is in him. And when you realize that, and when you begin to think and go by that rather than I've got to do all these things in my own strength, then you can have that mindset change of knowing, yes, I can do it with him, by him, through him, all those things. So be encouraged today and know that you can wrap yourself up in him, and you can be strong in the power of his strength and his might.